Hi, I'm Lisa D. You're at the HDMI event in Hamilton. Let's take a look. Larissa D, and I'm here with Jeremy from CoBALT CONNECTS. And could you tell me more about this event and what you thought of it?
Sure. Well, we're a partner and a sponsor of the event, so I've been thrilled with how tonight's gone. HDMI, Hamilton Digital Media Interactive, is a partnership between us and the city and the Innovation Factory and a handful of other groups to really just bring together that digital scene here in Hamilton, whether it's music or film or gaming or app building or whatever it might well be. We sold out the event in about 4 days. We had to, thankfully, we were allowed to open up the waiting list at the end and get a few more bodies in. But I mean, we were, sitting around initially thinking, are we going to get 100 people? And we had 200 people in 4 days, and now we've had about 250 through the door tonight. So everyone from those sort of more grassroots small companies right up to McMaster, Mohawk College. I've seen people from Redeemer. I've seen people from like Deluxe in Toronto. So people coming from all over the place to be a part of the event, and that's exactly what it was meant to do. So I'm thrilled.
So Hamilton as a digital community, how do you think it ranks as a digital community?
How it ranks, I don't know. It depends on sort of when you talk about ranking, it's about sort of, is it successful? What makes it successful? So we'll never be a Toronto. I'm happy to say that. We'll never be a Montreal. We'll never be a Silicon Valley. That's totally fine by me. I'm happy that I'm part of a community that are doing projects, like we've got people here that are doing $1,000 projects and $1 million projects in the room tonight. That's fantastic. You're allowed to be anywhere on that spectrum, and as far as I'm concerned, if you're happy, that's success. So what CoBALT really likes to do is not dictate what success looks like to people. It's to say, you tell me what it means to be a successful fill in the blank, graphic designer, filmmaker, musician, I don't care. We'll help get you there, and that's what tonight's about. Celebrating those $100 successes and those $1 million successes in the same space.
There's a lot of energy in this room tonight. You couldn't have asked for a better turnout.
No, I mean, last year's event was great. The year before it was a lot smaller. This year is bar none a better event, and it's a lot of the same people in the room, a lot of new people in the room, but there's a different energy tonight, and I don't know what that's based on, but over the last couple of years we've seen companies go from, literally, we've had people in our buildings go from being a 2-person firm to a 6-person firm in 6 months. We've seen that happen multiple times in the last year or two, and that's a different scene where 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you would have had small local firms, whether they were branding firms or filmmakers or whatever, fighting over the same 40 clients. Those days are over. Hamilton companies are realizing that they can be competitive from here, whether it's competitive for local business or competitive for international business. And that's changing the tone of this room. As much as these people are competing, they're working together on projects. So that changes how you can have a night like tonight where it's not about, I'm not telling anybody anything I'm doing because I'm not giving you my trade secret, I don't care who you are, to we all have trade secrets, give it up, talk to each other, learn from each other. You're not fighting over the same 20 people anymore. Just come and have a good night and celebrate everyone's success. So that's pretty solid change. So.
That does sound like a pretty solid change. And have you thought of doing any collaborations with anyone here, or have you, just in regards to people that you've met from tonight?
From tonight, yeah. I mean, I'm leaving with a stack of business cards stuck in here already. We've met with a handful of recording facilities, so audio recording facilities that in Hamilton have typically been for bands recording. Now they're branching out and they're saying, we're doing audiobooks, we're doing all sorts of things, but there's a talent gap. They don't know how to reach those people that are the other audio world, so so Hive Studios is one that I want to sit down and chat with about how to help them connect to that sort of sector a bit. We launched a project tonight that we're doing with the city and McMaster University through the public health department on sort of talking about vitality in Hamilton and using the digital power that we have to sort of look at that on a research level. So we're excited about that. I've met a handful of people who have moved here from Toronto or Brampton or Montreal or whatever in the last 6 months to a year that are now saying they totally love this city, they love our restaurants, they love, and now they want to hop on the directory, they want to do projects together. So some of the cards I have are from things that are like, yes, I'm going to call you about X. Some of them are, I'm going to call you, and I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something,
That's great. And in regards to CoBALT Connects, can you tell us anything that's, any projects that are on the works right now?
Yeah, we've got really 3 big ones coming up that are really exciting for us. So Band Together is coming together. So we funded 4 music videos. So we had small budgets, $1,000 each, and a handful of days of our staff time to go to local musicians and filmmakers to create content together. So again, it's just us playing a role of knowing that once you get your first video done, that lets you go and apply to Factor or Much Music or whatever. We wanted to kickstart them and get them into that funnel. So that's coming up April 18th. Sometime in May, we haven't nailed down the date yet. We've got a partnership with Etsy Canada to hire professional photographers for a day, 6 of them, and sort of have like an Etsy madness day of trying to get 50 new local artists on Etsy with professional photographs done by local artists, which will be a really great night. And then the research studies, so the Expressing Vibrancy study is a really big one for us too. So those are our 3 big things on the go right now.
If the community wants to get involved in any of these events, where can they find you?
CoBALTConnects.ca, our website's the best place. Our creative directory is there, our blog is there, all of our video content is there. That's where you see our show on Cable 14 and all that, so that's where you can find us for anything we do.
I look forward to all those events, and Hamilton's definitely a creative community.
Where we've gone in the last 10 years has been quite a whirlwind. We kind of track that kind of thing. Where we'll go in the next 10, I couldn't tell you, but I think we'll only see more growth, and I think it's events like this that are going to hopefully, what I hope will be different in Hamilton is that the success of especially this industry will be about collaboration, about understanding where does a truly creative filmmaker connect with Mohawk College to create something new together. Where are those links that maybe in other communities like Toronto, the network is way too big and too established and whatnot to make those really tight connections, where I think here we're at a scale where we're excited about partnership, and maybe that's where the next 10 years might yield some new stuff that'll come out of here because we're partnering in different ways.
Well, great. Thank you very much. Do not forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook.